This is part 2 of the series on tax multiplier. In preparing these lessons, I keep in mind the students attending the entrance, especially JRF, NET, SET, TRB, and other competitive examinations. I have taken much care in presenting the ideas precisely. Follow closely and try to answer the multiple choice type questions given at the end of this lesson. This way you shall take practice and master your ability to answer the questions fast. This lesson consists of 6 parts. First part is about different ways of stating lump sum tax multiplier. Second part deals with the types of tax multiplier. Third part differentiates government purchases from government spending. Fourth part will show how government multiplier is always greater than tax multiplier. Fifth part will prove how the expansionary effect of government multiplier is greater than the contractionary effect of tax multiplier. And the sixth part suggests a fiscal policy. Different ways of stating lump sum tax multiplier. Already in part 1, I introduced the formula negative b over 1 minus b, in which b is marginal propensity to consume. Tax multiplier can also be stated as tax multiplier equal to negative MPC over 1 minus MPC. Since 1 minus MPC is equal to MPS, the same formula shall be written as tax multiplier equal to negative MPC over MPS. You are likely to come across the same formula with different alphabets. You must be in a position to identify the formula. Types of tax multipliers. It is time to differentiate two types of tax multipliers. One, lump sum tax multiplier. Two, income-based tax multiplier or tax multiplier as a function of income. The first we have discussed in part 1. I shall discuss the second in part 4 of this series. Government purchases is different from government spending. Government purchases is a narrow concept. It refers strictly to the government buying of goods and services. Government spending is a wider concept. Government purchases is one of the items of the government spending. But we use one in the place of another. Both have different effects on national income. Please keep this in your mind. In absolute terms, government multiplier is always greater than the tax multiplier by 1. You know, government multiplier is positive, tax multiplier is negative. Naturally, government multiplier is greater than tax multiplier. But the thing that we have to understand is, whatever be the value of marginal propensity to consume, in absolute terms, government multiplier is always greater than tax multiplier by 1. In absolute terms, I mean ignoring the signs of the multipliers. A numerical example will help you to understand this. MPC is 0.75. Substitute this value in government multiplier. 1 over 1 minus 0.75. 1 over 0.25. 4. Government multiplier is 4. Substitute 0.75 in tax multiplier. Negative 0.75 over 1 minus 0.75 Negative 0.75 over 0.25, negative 3. Tax multiplier is negative 3. The absolute value of tax multiplier is 3. The difference between the two is 4 minus 3, 1. In absolute terms, government multiplier is greater than tax multiplier by 1. Use any value for MPC, provided the value of MPC is always less than 1. You will arrive at the same result. Expansionary effect of government multiplier is greater than the contractionary effect of tax multiplier. The national income in the absence of any government activities is 160 rupees. Already I said in part 1 that I mean the money in crores. Let us examine the contractionary effect of imposition of 25 rupees lump sum tax on national income first. We know after the imposition of tax, national income will be reduced by tax multiplier times 25. Symbolically, it can be stated as delta y equal to negative b over 1 minus b times delta t, where delta y represents change in national income, b MPC, and delta t change in tax. Change in tax is 25 rupees, MPC is 0.75. Negative 0.75 over 1 minus 0.75 times 25, negative 3 times 25, negative 75. When 25 rupees lump sum tax is imposed, it will reduce the national income by 75 rupees. The national income after tax is 160 rupees minus 75 rupees, 85 rupees. The government uses the thus collected tax amount 25 rupees for government purchases, that is spends on goods and services. Let us examine its effect on national income. Government expenditure will expand the national income by government multiplier times 25. Symbolically, it can be stated as delta y equal to 1 over 1 minus b times delta g, where delta y represents change in national income, b MPC, and delta g change in government purchases. Change in government purchases is 25 rupees, MPC 0.75. Delta y equal to 1 over 1 minus 0.75 times 25, 4 times 25, 100. When government purchases increased by 25 rupees, it will increase the national income by 100 rupees. The national income is 85 rupees plus 100 rupees, 185 rupees. Initially, the national income is 160 rupees. Tax multiplier contracts the national income from 160 to 85 rupees. Government multiplier expands the national income from 85 rupees to 185 rupees. Thus, we can conclude the expansionary effect of government multiplier is greater than the contractionary effect of tax multiplier. Fiscal policy recommendation. Expansionary effect of government multiplier is always greater than the contractionary effect of tax multiplier. So, the government shall pursue the policy of balanced budget till it reaches full employment equilibrium in the economy. It will enable the government to reach full employment without inviting the evil effects of inflation. Now try these multiple choice type questions. Press the pause button, try to answer and then verify your answer with the correct answer. 1. Identify the correct tax multipliers. Second option is correct. Second question. If MPC is 0.7, tax multiplier is. Third option is correct. Third question. If government multiplier is 5, then tax multiplier will be. First option is correct. The lesson ends here. We shall meet in the next video lesson.